Race morning, I kind of knew it was going to be, I thought it was going to be a pretty wet mess. I think I was mentally prepared for it all week. And I think by the time I actually woke up in the morning and looked out the window and saw it raining, I wasn't even surprised. And I was just kind of in for whatever that day.
Morning. Yeah. Did you get a phone call last night, Ryan?
I think we're in emergency case.
Until you're done.
Oh my God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The swim actually was pretty good. The water was definitely cold, but I was glad I got into it a few minutes early and blew some bubbles under the water and that type of thing. So I don't think the actual water temperature played into it too much. I was a little bit worried about cramping, just because of that. I was worried if I pushed it too hard I was going to have cramps somewhere, but it turned out not to really play into it a whole lot. It was actually a very kind of a unique swim because I felt like I was really distracted the whole time. It gets a lot of times, like even in the weekly swims, it seems like you kind of just fall into this rhythm where for me, like I just start daydreaming about everything under the sun unless I have someone next to me. And I kind of felt like that's what the whole swim was like. There was no one next to me in the water, so I spent most of my time trying to figure out who was wearing what jacket and who was using what color umbrella.
What are we about here at 62 degrees? A little chilly for a swim.
Oh, sorry.
There were people that were walking all the way around, and it was kind of funny because I mean you would see them on one shoreline, and then by the time you get to the next buoy, you would be like, oh, hey, this person moved here, and you're trying to like keep mental tabs on where everyone is, and it was unique in that respect. I mean, that's probably the first time that I've ever swam out there where there were even people out there watching us swim.
Hey, everybody. All right. There you go. Go, buddy. All right.
Have to go, man.
Way to go, Ryan.
Yeah.
One done. Good job, Ryan. Yeah.
How you feeling? Not too cold?
Huh?
Not too cold?
No, not too cold. A little slow.
You're fine.
And nobody out there to push me.
You're all right.
Good job, Ryan.
No, you were good. That was a little bit. No, you weren't.
So hard I couldn't see the boat.
T1, yeah, it did go really well. So that was probably the big difference is that like you could just run right into Chad's garage, strip the stuff off, and at that point the rain didn't really play into it because during the swim it's like it's raining, but it's not really. You're not gonna get any more wet. So I think T1 was as good as it could have went. It's just that the door was open and I could see what was about to happen as I rolled the bike out the door.
That's what it was.
Hey, Dad, don't even.
Good luck.
Go get it, buddy.
Get after it.
I think when I first rolled the bike out onto the onto the concrete, I looked out at what was going on, and my first thought was I was upset because my bike was getting dirty. I spent a few hours trying to get it clean and polished for race day, and it only took about 20 seconds to get it dirty. But the first mile and a half of that ride are pretty depressing because it's all gravel the whole way. And on that day, it's like every pothole had water in it, and everybody that was spectating, by the time I got onto clean blacktop, they were trying to pass me on the gravel road. So obviously every time their tire hit a pothole, it's like you're getting sprayed with water. So it was, that part of it was definitely already like, this sucks is probably what the best way I could explain that. Yeah, after the first mile and a half, like the bike was definitely the best part of my day. I mean, I felt like I did not ride as much this year as I did last year, but I will tell you, I got a new bike in between, and I definitely had like a proper fit now. So I was able to ride aero a lot more this year, and I felt like I was just able to save a lot of wattage, which made me be able to like really go that much quicker. I think Rob has made comments about this before too, and I'm sure other people. When you're on the bike and you get wet, I mean, in training it happens, and it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly. I mean, you spend a lot of time looking over your tire and you're watching how the rain's coming off in a point, and things that you never really pay attention to. I definitely think it's easier to mentally stay in aero because you're trying to keep the water out of your face. Mm-hmm. So there are some different things that way, but I never really had problems with slipping wheels or skidding or hydroplaning or anything like that. So it was a very solid bike.
Cases probably a little bit. I'm gonna burn out. Yeah, I got to slow her up a little bit.
Granola bars? Double Happy Meal?
Yeah, how about one of them
Double
Toast
Happy
Rolls?
Meal?
You want a Big Mac?
How you feeling though? Good. Yeah.
Legs good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel really good.
Not cramping at all?
Brown
Power at?
Don't worry about that. It varies. Like my watch.
Average?
I'm averaging about 19 to 20 miles an hour, I'll tell you that.
What's your power?
Back seat, other side. But it should be a little bit lower than that, really, compared to where I have them.
See you later.
Just a little loop here now.
Go get him, buddy.
wheeling, I'm like,
Reel it back.
yeah. No, he was fine. I just didn't want to, like, I was there to try to lift his spirits, not to try to push his pace or anything like that.
Yep. That's because we're keeping up with them. Yeah, I mean that's exactly why. The day is busy when you're doing this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
my feet felt pretty good coming off the bike. I don't wear socks. I've never worn socks in my biking shoes, so it's not like I had a whole nother layer of material in there to soak things up. At the bottom of my shoes have a lot of drain, so my feet never really got like that really soaking feeling. I did know when I took off my shoes, or my biking shoes, my feet were like mud. So I've never had that before, and I was kind of surprised because usually like when you ride on the roads, it's usually like a lot of sand that you brush off. This seemed like it was like really dirty, like really muddy.
You're going too fast. Sorry. Keep it up.
Throughout the whole bike, I never really, I guess my mood was pretty solid the whole time. The only time I got a little bit negative was, you know, after Rob rode with me for one loop, and it was like you kind of went back to that, you know, lonesome feeling where it's like you didn't have anybody to talk to and you had to concentrate on what was ahead again. It actually picked up very, very much so right at the end of the bike ride. Actually, when I was probably about 2 miles from the end, it probably almost rained at its hardest point that I was out on the bike near the end.
How's she doing? Did she nap at all today?
Yeah, she took a nap.
Did you nap? I would like to. I'm more of a fair weather runner, but I don't know if she'll be up for that.
Good job, buddy.
That's a fat lad.
Hey, Claire.
Can you go back and find it? We got it. We got it.
Got
Yep.
it.
Your mom got it.
I was like, damn it, I heard it go.
Your mom was on it.
I saw it go rolling. I'm like, please stay on the side of the road.
What was it?
Chatty, strap his Garmin there.
I told Mom, let's keep going. She goes, stop. I'm getting. That was one of my good ones.
Stand or here, honey.
Can you rain a little bit harder? I'm just gonna wear these three.
Maybe I'm gonna make you go take a shower?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you need, we'll get it out to you.
Okay.
Anything in particular you want?
Not really.
Okay.
Nothing
Get
really tastes good right now.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. They made to order here. Purple. Mentally, this is rain a little crabby, but I expected. I mean, I was prepared for it. It just I didn't think it was gonna rain all day.
Sandwich.
After drinking the last 2,000 calories, really good.
Looking good, buddy.
Way to go, guys!
Ryan, you need anything?
Hey!
Go, Dad.
Nice shirt, Chad!
I had taken off on the walk and I made myself a sandwich and I started eating that even though I remember like not being hungry at all and like having to force that down with a bottle of water. And I walked for about I think it was about the first mile. It was from the park all the way to the bridge. It was a solid walk, and I know in the back of my mind like I wanted to get running because I wanted to have a little bit better marathon time than I did the year before. So I know I was kind of chomping at the bit to get going, and had it not been for Chad, I'm thinking the sandwich probably would have gotten thrown after about the first quarter mile. The road was really a great road. Like I would use it again. There's a ton of cross streets and a lot of trails, so it made it really easy for friends and family to be able to spectate. I had planned aid stations about every 2 miles, but it turned out that there was pretty much someone at about every mile.
You doing okay yet?
Yeah. Slow down a little bit, but. We run together and we have a similar problem every single other day of the week, so it's not too surprising. Feeling good, then everybody be concerned. So. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be disappointed if it wasn't raining though?
Yeah, I would want.
After all this,
I told Dave and Kim it better not stop at this point.
Yeah.
That's a special day right there, boy.
Got it.
that's like
Bruce, I think you should just redo it tomorrow.
So mile,
Let me wipe my watch off.
it is,
7.77.
yeah. And how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's pretty
Can't
cool.
complain.
Yeah.
A little
you look
damp.
good. Moist.
A little moist for sure.
Yeah, it's been a great run for you. Great haul all day. The bike went
Yeah,
good.
the bike was good. Swim wasn't horrible. The water temperature was cold at first, but it didn't really take that long to get used to it.
Yeah, when we pulled the wetsuits off, you were warm. The wetsuit was
Yeah,
warm.
it was warm.
Yeah, as soon as I felt that wetsuit, I was like, wow.
I sprayed that lube all over the ankles and wrists of that wetsuit.
Yeah,
Holy man, did that thing fly off, huh?
yeah, that worked really good, man. Like I said, if you feel good and we got
Yeah,
8 miles left, then we'll give her, but
I'm not trying to speed up.
I know, it's just habit. You're still on the bike,
Yeah,
watching that pavement go by.
Yeah. Watching the trees zip by. I was on the bike today and daydreaming, and I was thinking, you know, I wonder if my bike had a counter on it. How many times in a full 112 mile course like that you shift?
Yeah,
You know, I was looking with my head down quite a bit because of the rain. And it's like you just keep watching that chain go up and down that sprocket.
right. Yeah, you shift a lot, which is good. That's what they're there for.
The Cedar Creek Trail has like no camber or no pitch to it at all. It's actually like, it almost seems like it's ditch. So I mean, it's like running through a creek is what it felt like. And there were no like running around puddles anymore. It was like kind of like, it reminded me when I went to Tough Mudder, and it's like you just know in your mind and you're gonna go all into it. So at that point it was like just it was silly how much water you were running through.
Around. Sure. Can't really call it an Ironman then, though.
Yeah, like the other day in the pond.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm gonna go, I'm good with 4.
You don't have to be to work
Yeah, I
yet.
got one more. Let's go then. This is Audra.
Hi, Audra.
We just kind of keep going faster and faster, and then,
Oh, that one's.
sorry,
That was a good one.
that was me.
That's not your fault.
Start downpouring.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going this way, right?
We were only walking since right there.
That's crazy, right? These Chad, you go swimming?
Yeah, do you need water?
You need an umbrella?
Water again. A little late now.
You need a little water? Yeah.
Audra, do you need some water? No,
Almost
but
halfway there.
I did not feel well on the run at all, and it plagued me the whole way. After I had eaten that sandwich, and I don't think it necessarily had anything to do with that, felt pretty bad like the entire run, I would say. The first 10 miles weren't horrible, but I could feel it kind of setting in, and it was like really, really low in the guts. I remember when it did start getting really hard to the point where I had to walk, I started vocalizing it a little bit. I think Chad knew something was going on, Audra knew something was going on, and I don't think I really said a whole lot. when I did say something, it was like, Chad was urging me, like, you need to stop and try to go to the bathroom. And I was like, I don't think so. It was almost hard to take in calories at the right time, because the way I had it planned out, it was more, I was trying to get it a little bit more spread out like it was at Ironman, Wisconsin and Madison. I kind of knew like every 2 miles I should at least drink something, whether it was water or Gatorade, and I had kind of alternated the year before. This year, with someone being basically every mile, it was kind of like you really got out of that rhythm of like, when do I need to drink something? It was just constantly like, do you need anything? And it's like, I don't even remember the last time I drank now. So it's a little bit harder to think about that, and it was something that I hadn't planned. The support on the run was great. It was just a little bit harder to like plan out food.
Yeah, 20-ish miles
Yeah.
on the run. So, how do you think he's doing?
I think he's doing really good. I was just thinking as we were driving here that, like, I know he's probably had his moments and his ups and downs and stuff as he's gone, but it makes it look too easy. And I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, he looks tired, but that's really, like,
Motivated to keep going.
yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that he's got 2 people with him running now.
Yeah.
That he had you to bike with for a little while too, because I think it breaks up the monotony and whatnot.
So hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, so super proud.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice job. We got entourage now. Water or food or anything at the next one?
Nope.
Not sure how far up the next one is, so. Good. You're doing great. Keep it up.
My emotions are coming out. Yeah, well, you don't know me well enough yet.
Roll with it, bud.
All right. Are you recording?
Have fun. All right, I hate to ask, what mile are you at though?
22 and a quarter.
Awesome. Walking the hills?
Yep.
Good call. I love just hearing them in the distance.
Congratulations. It's awesome, Ryan.
Great. Thank you.
Hero.
It's getting exciting. Got the silly string ready. We're so proud of you, Ryan. This is a hard job, but you've got it in you. You can do it. We know it. And we're here to support you every time, every day. Love you.
Yeah, well, for his first transition when he was changing, so this is out of the water.
Congratulations. Go, child. You did it. You did it. Right? Oh no, that was a problem, huh?
Guess what? I get that here.
You did it.
Under 12 hours.
Yes!
11,
11:55, 22.
32.
Under 12. That's awesome.
It's almost 40 minutes quicker than last year.
Yes!
One of my friends.
Always sucks, Ryan.
The run really sucked. No, it wasn't horrible, but it was definitely more of a run-walk method. I felt like I tried to walk the hills. It's so much different than like Madison because I feel like last year at every aid station I tried to drink just a little bit of something.
Yep.
Every single time I did that, I walked. So it was really hard, like with the aid stations being 2 miles apart this year, to try to remember like you're gonna need to walk more to equal what we did last year.
Yeah.
But it turned out well. I mean,
How'd you feel with the weather today?
it was wet. I don't even know what else to say about it. Like, it's silly. That's what I would say. It was, have we had any days this year that has consistently
No.
rained pretty much from the time it got light until, well, it's time to eat now and it stops, so that's all right.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? Once you're wet, you're wet. I am super glad that I did watch the forecast all week because I feel like I was much more mentally prepared to have it rain all day versus just being pissed off all day about it raining.
Exactly.
So I feel like going into it, the attitude that you knew you're probably going to get wet all day made it that much easier.
So number 2 is in the books.
Number 2's in the books. Number 3's already on the docket.
Well, it has to be because number 2 was a makeup for number
Right, exactly.
number 3 now. That didn't happen.
We just do for fun now because we couldn't do that. Plus,
Exactly.
I got a sweet medal. So
That is pretty awesome. Your brother made that?
He made that for me. Cut it out on the plasma cutter.
Nice. That's a thick gauge steel.
That is
too.
some thick gauge steel. I'm gonna have to put another hook in the wall.
Awesome. Swim went well?
Swim went well. I honestly, like, the swim was probably the worst part of the day, not because it was like cold, but because there was nobody else out there. I felt like I really was not focused. I was daydreaming a lot. I can tell you what color umbrella everyone had. I can tell you what they were wearing. But no, I mean, it was, I think I took the swim more like a regular training day. Like, the swim was always the hardest for me, and I felt like I just wanted to get from point A to point B, and I knew, like, just keep paddling, put your head in the water, and like just get through it. You'll make it up on the bike in the run.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the theory I went with today.
Definitely. Bike, you had a fantastic
Bike
time.
was super fantastic.
You had under 6 hours.
Yep. I think 550 probably, about somewhere in there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was in the bike, and I felt solid on the bike, and I really, honestly, like right now, I feel really good.
Nice.
It's just, I will say on almost the entire run, my guts did not feel good. Like, and that was really like prohibiting me. I felt like I could run a little while and like I just didn't, like, it was just like someone was tying a knot.
Yeah.
And so I'd walk a little bit and then run a little bit, and I mean, yeah, I got through it, but I need to maybe do a little investigation. I did the same thing I did last year pretty much, so I'm not sure what triggered that off.
So hard to tell.
I
with
even
those.
tried to swig a beer during the middle of it, and that didn't seem like it helped, and I was shocked. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a great day.
Excellent. And a wonderful turnout. You had a lot of people here for you. That's fantastic.
It's so awesome having, I mean, I wish I had a count of how many people were there, and it's like with the trails the way they were, I mean, I felt like every mile there was someone there that was cheering us on, and that it makes a huge difference. It really does.
Great.
I mean, I don't really even know how to thank everyone, really. I try to thank each one individually, but it's tough. It means a lot. It means a lot more than what a lot of people realize.
Exactly. Very cool. Well, congratulations again,
Thank
man.
you. Awesome day.
I don't know if we got enough of them.